Have you ever felt that those who are dear to you don't understand or underestimate you? Perhaps attempts to explain your worth in words have been futile or misunderstood. But if there were a way to demonstrate your true value without saying a single word, amidst the noise of everyday life where our actions can get lost, it would be invaluable. However, ancient Stoic wisdom teaches us that actions, behavior, and inner strength speak louder about our true worth than any words. In this video, we will explore Stoic principles to find practical ways to show someone dear to us our value without resorting to words. From setting boundaries to practicing letting go, each lesson offers a unique perspective on demonstrating your values. Don't miss any part of this journey, as each segment is designed to deeply enhance your relationships and self-worth. Are you ready to uncover the profound wisdom of Stoicism and confidently express your significance without words? Let's begin. Part 1. Take pride in who you are. Being serious and confident doesn't always mean being solemn and never smiling. It means understanding what truly deserves your time and effort. How you present yourself to others matters to you. How can you showcase your best self in relationships without losing your essence? Often, to please someone, we change how we dress or speak. However, genuine impressions aren't made through these superficial changes, but rather through your conduct and the decisions you make. Imagine two people on a cafe date. One tries too hard to be noticed, while the other remains calm and confident, just being themselves. Who will make a better impression? Certainly, the one who is genuine. The Stoics believed in living honestly and respecting oneself. In today's dating world, this means being authentic. If you love to read, don't hide it. If something brings you joy, let it show. It's important to be comfortable and confident, knowing you are good enough just as you are. Care about how you treat yourself. How you see and value yourself shows others how they can treat you. If you are always hard on yourself, you're essentially inviting others to do the same. But when you show respect for yourself, value your time and feelings, you clearly communicate to everyone that you deserve respect. This idea was emphasized by the philosopher Epictetus, who believed it's not about what happens to you, but how you deal with it. In relationships, it's not just about how you look or talk, but how you react in different situations. Are you acting out of desperation or self-respect? Are you compromising your principles to fit in, or sticking to them even if it means loneliness? Remember, making mistakes or feeling awkward is normal. We're all human. What matters is how you handle those moments. Can you stay calm and learn from the experience? Think about how to show more respect for yourself. Maybe it's about clearly defining what satisfies you and what doesn't, or learning to say no to things that don't align with your principles, or perhaps simply being kinder and more respectful to yourself. By doing this, you start seeing yourself as someone worthy of respect, and soon others will see it too. Part 2. Understand your worth. Stoics teach us to focus on what is within our control and our self-esteem. It's about how you see and value yourself, not about likes on social media or matches on dating apps. Imagine yourself as a precious gem. Not everyone may recognize its value, but that doesn't diminish its worth. Similarly, your value does not decrease because someone doesn't notice it. We all face rejection or feelings of inadequacy at times, especially when social media only shows the best moments of others. However, Stoicism teaches that your worth is not about being liked by others, but about your life, kindness, and actions. You are kind, honest, proud of your actions. This is what defines your true worth. Stoics emphasize the importance of self-awareness. Think about what truly defines you. You are caring, strong, a good listener. These traits determine your worth. Realizing this will change how you behave in relationships. You won't tolerate self-disrespect out of vanity, but out of self-respect. Apply this Stoic advice in practice. When you feel unworthy, list your positive qualities instead of doubting yourself. This isn't arrogance, but a reminder of your worth without needing approval from others. As Marcus Aurelius said, you control your mind, not external events. Remember this, for strength in love lies in valuing yourself regardless of others' opinions. Work on recognizing your worth daily, affirming that you are valuable because of who you are, not what others think. Part 3. Set boundaries. It might sound a bit old-fashioned or strict, but it's important to listen. This isn't about withdrawing, but about respecting yourself and recognizing your worth. Stoicism teaches discipline in controlling emotions without depriving yourself of life's joys. It means knowing what truly matters and not giving that away thoughtlessly. In today's world, where everything happens instantly and it's easy to move on to the next thing, the ability to pause is a refreshing skill. In dates or relationships, there's often a desire to quickly share your life, thoughts, and personal space. But Stoics advise against rushing. Why? Because when something is always available, it loses its value. That's how people are. If you're always ready to say yes and never hold back, what's left for curiosity and anticipation? How can you establish boundaries wisely and stoically? It starts with how you carry yourself. Clothing should be elegant yet simple. It's not just about style, it's a statement of self-respect. It's not about hiding or showing off too much, but about revealing that there's something more inside. It's also crucial to pay attention to how time is spent. In our constantly connected world, it's vital to choose whom to pay attention to. This isn't about games, but about valuing time and making deliberate choices about how to use it. When with someone, be fully present. But it's also okay to be occupied with your own affairs when apart. Stoicism teaches keeping emotions under control. It doesn't mean being emotionless, on the contrary. It's important not to let every little thing affect you. Maintaining composure is necessary. Emotional energy and time are precious and should be given to those who deserve it. Relationships are key to life. However, it's important not to rush and to build deeper connections not based on instant gratification. Restricting access to yourself is a display of self-respect and fidelity to your values. This approach shows that self-respect is expected from others as well. Being more selective, resilient, and stoic in relationships means finding the right balance between openness and caution, between sharing and keeping certain things to yourself. This balance changes how people see and treat you. Respecting yourself and embracing a stoic approach in modern relationships is crucial. Part 4. Act in accordance with your boundaries. Stoicism teaches that actions speak louder than words. This idea is simple yet profound. It's far more effective to demonstrate your boundaries through actions rather than just talking about them. Consider this: anyone can say they won't tolerate mistreatment, but the true test is how you handle such situations when they arise. Do you uphold your standards or compromise? Your actions define your boundaries, not your promises. This isn't always easy, especially when emotions are involved. But Stoicism reminds us that we can choose our responses. If someone crosses your boundaries, your reaction will demonstrate how committed you are to your principles. For instance, if honesty is important to you and someone lies, how you react, whether you calmly discuss it or walk away, will show your dedication to your principles. It's not about drama, it's about respecting yourself enough to act in line with your beliefs. Such an approach can change how you're perceived in relationships. When people see that you take your boundaries seriously, they understand what you accept and what you don't. This is a practice of self-respect. Stoicism manifests not only in major issues, but also in everyday, smaller matters. How do you react when someone cancels plans with you last minute or takes your efforts for granted? Do you ignore it or calmly assert that it's not acceptable? Here, mindfulness and presence are crucial. Do your actions reflect your boundaries? Do you stay true to yourself? Paying attention to these moments is important because they often test your boundaries. Integrating Stoicism into everyday interactions allows you to show your boundaries through actions. It's not about being rigid or inflexible, but about guiding your responses based on personal values. When you live this way, people notice. They see you as someone who not only has boundaries, but also respects yourself enough to uphold them. Part 5. Be ready to walk away. Stoicism introduces us to the idea of letting go, not with indifference, but with an understanding of the boundaries of our control. One of the most powerful choices we can make is deciding whether to stay in a bad situation or walk away from it. This becomes particularly relevant in relationships. We've all experienced moments when deep down we knew something wasn't right, yet we stayed anyway. This could be due to fear of loneliness, resistance to change, or hope for improvement. However, Stoic wisdom lies in realizing that you can control the situation and not settling for less than you deserve. It's not about giving up at the first sign of difficulty. Relationships require effort, compromises, and patience. But it's crucial to recognize when a situation conflicts with your core values and muster the courage to walk away. The readiness to walk away stems from self-respect. It means not compromising your fundamental beliefs and self-worth. Walking away doesn't necessarily have to be dramatic. It can be calmly acknowledging that it's time to move on. Yes, it's scary. The fear of the unknown is real. But Stoicism teaches us to courageously face challenges and embrace uncertainty as part of life. Sometimes the bravest action is letting go of what isn't meant for you. This mindset transforms relationships. It means you're there by choice, in accordance with your values, not out of fear or dependence. This changes how you engage in relationships. You're there because you want to be, not because you're afraid to leave. And when you dare to leave what doesn't serve you, you open the door for what does. It's about making space for something better, believing that there is something greater meant for you, and giving yourself the chance to find it. Reflecting on this, being ready to walk away doesn't mean being emotionless. It's about valuing and respecting yourself enough to seek what truly deserves your attention. It means being strong in tough times, knowing that your worth isn't dependent on others. Part 6. Embrace cautious curiosity. Stoics strive to see the world as it truly is, not through the lens of desire. This approach is incredibly valuable in love and dating. Perhaps everyone has experienced moments when someone's words seemed perfect, and there was a strong desire to believe them so much that warning signs were ignored. However, a dose of skepticism can serve as a protective measure. It's not about being negative or distrustful, but about remaining a realist and not taking everything at face value. Imagine meeting someone who seems fantastic and starts making grand plans right from the start. A Stoic skeptic would advise taking a pause and observing whether their actions align with their promises over time. Embracing cautious curiosity means refraining from rushing to conclusions and not being overly critical, but instead being attentive and patient. It means listening carefully and observing their actions, taking the time to truly understand their character and sincerity. Stoicism teaches relying on logic and reason in relationships, not allowing emotions to derail you. By combining skepticism with emotions, you can see situations more clearly while also protecting your heart. This means not rushing into relationships without being sure, allowing yourself the opportunity to see who the other person truly is beyond initial hopes and desires. Appreciate the importance of Stoic skepticism. It's about being wise, observant, and not easily persuaded. It's not about shutting oneself off, but about cautiously and wisely deciding which doors to open, safeguarding your well-being and emotions. Part 7. Prefer actions over promises. Stoicism emphasizes practical wisdom, advising us to assess people by their actions rather than their words. Our world is full of persuasive words and unfulfilled promises, especially in relationships. Stoics urge us not to rely solely on words but to evaluate actions as they reveal true intentions and character. Often we encounter people who speak beautifully and make grand promises, painting an enticing vision of the future. However, the decisive factor is whether they act in accordance with their words. This is the true test. Many have faced situations where someone's actions did not match their words. They promise to call but don't, plan meetings only to cancel them. Despite this, their words can inspire hope. It's crucial in these moments to embrace your inner Stoic, focusing on rationality and reality rather than emotions and promises. The mismatch between words and actions is a clear sign that the situation needs reassessment. Adopting this perspective changes the approach to relationships. Instead of being captivated by charming promises, we should observe meaningful actions. It's important to pay attention to how a person behaves under pressure, their reliability, and their presence in significant situations. Focusing on actions establishes clear expectations. It's understanding that it's not enough to simply speak well. A person must demonstrate their intentions and the significance of their actions. This isn't about skepticism or distrust, but about Stoic wisdom, which allows us to protect our emotions and stay grounded in reality. Actions speak louder than words. Embracing a Stoic approach to love, rational, observant, and insightful, helps us make wiser decisions in relationships. Actions speak louder than words, and by observing them, we can make informed choices in relationships. Part 8. The power of saying no. In Stoicism, it's crucial to remain true to yourself and courageously stick to your beliefs, especially when it comes to saying no in relationships. The key is to understand what is important to you and not be afraid to uphold your standards, even if it may cause tension. Imagine a situation where you're with someone who suggests something that doesn't sit right with you. It could be a hasty decision or something that contradicts your beliefs. The easiest thing to do would be to agree. But it's precisely in these moments that it's important to listen to your inner strength. Saying no in such instances means showing respect for yourself, your beliefs, and your boundaries. It's not easy, especially if you genuinely like the person. There's always the fear that it might push them away. But courage is needed here. Stoicism teaches us to be brave not only in the face of external challenges, but also in our internal battles. Saying no means demonstrating self-respect. It means valuing yourself too highly to settle for less than you deserve. Yes, it's risky. You might lose that person. But if rejecting something that doesn't align with your values pushes them away, perhaps they weren't right for you in the first place. This can truly change the dynamic. When someone sees that you're not afraid to say no, that you're not trying to make them happy at the expense of your own values, they start to perceive you differently. It shows that you respect yourself and know your worth, and this attracts attention. Saying no is not just about setting boundaries for others. It's also about being honest with yourself. It means acknowledging what you truly want and need from relationships and not settling for less. It means not letting the fear of loneliness compel you to choose something that isn't right for you. Saying no is okay. Moreover, it's necessary. It's part of being true to yourself, living an honest life, as the Stoics advised. It's about forming relationships based on genuine respect and real connection, not on fear and settling for less. Part 9. Don't chase after anyone. This principle aligns perfectly with Stoic views. Stoicism places great importance on focusing on what is within our control and letting go of what we cannot control. This is particularly crucial in relationships. Trying to hold on to someone who is pulling away is futile and undermines your own self-worth. Imagine you're dating someone and everything seems to be going well, but suddenly this person starts to distance themselves. We've all felt the urge to try and fix the situation and bring them back. But Stoicism advises us to pause and reflect. What is truly within our power? Your answer should be this: your pride, self-respect, and inner peace. Chasing after someone who is moving away from you is like trying to catch the wind with your hands. It doesn't work and only worsens how you feel. The Stoic way is to remember your own significance. If someone retreats, let them go. This doesn't mean being indifferent. It means understanding that you cannot make someone feel or act a certain way, but you can choose how to react. This is challenging. It takes a lot of courage not to give in to the temptation to pursue. But you must believe that the right person will want to stay with you. You need to know that you are valuable, and if someone doesn't see that, someone else will. Embracing this mindset changes everything. You're no longer just reacting to others, you're making your own choices, managing your emotions. This empowers and liberates you. When you focus on yourself, your growth, and your life, you start attracting people who admire your strength, confidence, and sense of self-worth. Essentially, you're showing the world, I value myself highly and know my true worth, so there's no need to chase after anyone. By adhering to the Stoic approach in relationships, you stay grounded, respect yourself, and concentrate on what is within your power. It's about finding your own inner peace, rather than seeking approval from others. Part 10. Choose wisely whom to open up to. It's important to carefully choose those with whom you share your deepest thoughts and feelings. This isn't about shutting people out, it's about trusting your inner experiences only with those who sincerely respect and value them. Your personal thoughts and emotions are akin to the pages of a personal diary. You wouldn't want them flipped through by just anyone. Your experiences, private thoughts, and emotions are precious treasures that reflect your essence. Therefore, it makes sense to share these treasures only with those who acknowledge their significance and won't dismiss them. When you share your innermost feelings with such people, you invite them into a deeper, more meaningful part of your life. This selective communication leads to stronger and richer connections with those around you. It's important to find those few who truly understand you and with whom you can be yourself without fear of judgment. This process of selective sharing helps build a strong fabric of relationships based on mutual respect, understanding, and genuine care. As a result, you ensure that your vulnerabilities are not taken for granted but cherished and respected. In turn, this creates a safe space for mutual growth and deep connection, making each shared moment and each act of trust a step towards more fulfilling relationships with those who truly matter in your life. Let your thoughts reflect your strength and confidence. Leave a comment. I know my true worth to demonstrate my commitment to these Stoic principles. Demonstrating your worth through actions, not words, is a powerful practice deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy. By embodying these principles in life, you silently communicate your true value. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, the best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. Live by your values, and let your actions speak louder than words. Apply these Stoic teachings to live in peace, happiness, and integrity. Embark on your journey and inspire others with the silent strength of your character. Until we meet again in the next video.